Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with you.
All right, so it's on. Okay. All right, so I am plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Cortez.
I am the witness.
I am the court.
I am for defense, Mr. Rubin.
And this is 205 minutes. Starts with me. Ready? Thereafter, did you see the brother of Mr. Lopez?
Yes, after finding the weapon in the vehicle, I called for a photographer to come and photo it. While I was waiting for the photographer, the brother did show up at the police station with a key to the trunk. He gave it to me. I opened the trunk to see if it was the right key, and it was, and gave it back right away.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
All right, cross-examine.
Officer Valenzuela, when you stopped the car and arrested Richard Lopez, did you remove him from his vehicle immediately?
No, I didn't.
You stopped the vehicle by use of your red lights or something of that nature?
No, we were in a plain car and we just pulled up alongside the rear, showed our badges, and they pulled over.
Did you approach the driver's side?
Yes, I did.
And was your gun drawn at that time?
Yes, it was.
And what did you order Mr. Lopez to do, if anything?
I didn't order him. He came out of the car as soon as he stopped. He met me at about the rear part of the car.
And what did you do with him at that time?
I continued to the left front door and he walked up to where my partner was at the back of the car.
And what was done with him at that time?
He was placed under arrest.
Was he handcuffed?
Yes, he was.
And was he then immediately placed into the rear of your car?
Yes.
Did someone remain with him in the rear seat of your car throughout the entire occurrence there?
My partner, Investigator Ramiro, did.
Was he seated in the rear of the car with him?
That's correct.
Now, at what point in time did you advise him of his constitutional rights?
I would say about 15 or 20 minutes after the original stop because I waited for the black and white to take care of the other people.
You had no conversations with him during the interim period other than identifying him?
I did not know.
And to your knowledge, your partner did not?
That's correct.
About 20 minutes later, the black and white arrived?
Approximately, yes, sir.
Took the others away?
That's correct.
Then what did you do with regard to Richard Lopez?
At that point, we stayed in the car waiting for tow service.
You did not admonish him at that time yet?
Yes, I did.
When did you admonish him?
When these other people were taken away from the scene, I got in the car, sat in the front, and advised him.
And did he indicate that he understood his rights?
Yes, he did.
Did he indicate that he would talk to you?
Yes, he did.
Now, during the course of this conversation, was it that you asked him if you could search his car?
After he denied all knowledge of the homicide.
And you asked him if you could search his car?
Yes, sir.
Had you performed any type of a search whatsoever of his automobile up until that time?
No, I had not.
You did not look in the interior of the car at all, other than from the outside, peering in?
That's correct.
You had not entered the car at all?
That's right.
Did you avail yourself of the keys to the car yourself at any time?
Yes.
When was the first time?
During the search, I believe I took it out of the ignition to see if I could open the trunk.
Did I understand you to say you admonished him while you were waiting for the tow truck or after the tow truck had arrived?
Waiting for the tow truck.
For what purpose did you call the tow truck?
To impound the vehicle as evidence in a homicide.
Was your intent to take it to the police station?
At that point, I was just going to take it. I was going to have it impounded for storage and investigation.
Did you at any time tell Richard Lopez that he had a right for you not to search the car?
I'll object to that, Your Honor, as being irrelevant.
All right, sustained.
Well, Your Honor, I respectfully submit that we are dealing with a 17-year-old juvenile here in custody of adult police officers. I think that the law at this point is even unclear as to the necessity to advise an adult, although I would say that it falls on the side of the line that says an officer does not, but I respectfully admit it should be and is incumbent upon a police officer to so advise a juvenile, and I think it is relevant, and I would like to, at least, make my record in that regard.
You may ask the question then for the record.
Thank you. Did you advise Mr. Lopez that he did not have to allow you to search his car without your having a search warrant?
No, I didn't.
And at no time did you advise him of that?
That's correct.
Now, how did you ask him if you could search his car? What did you say to him, and what did he say to you? Let me ask you this. Relate the conversation you had with him after advising him of his rights and how this whole thing went down.
Okay, I advised him of his rights. After he waived them, I told him that Jose Serna, the witness, stated he identified him as the driver of the car that had shot Raul Calderon on Olympic Boulevard that morning. I then asked him, "Where were you?" And he stated he had been cruising Whittier Boulevard with a friend Robert until 2:30 in the morning, and that he went straight home and that nobody else used the car. I then asked him if I could search it, and he said yes.
Did you ask him for the key to the trunk?
Still taping.
It was so